Hey, it's Andrew here. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about Social Security changes, the next two stimulus packages, and daily news updates as well. Today we're going to talk about the Earned Income Tax Credit, which could provide you anywhere between $1,500 and $6,000 in tax credit stimulus. Now, this one can be a little bit confusing, but stick with me. It could help you make a lot of money in stimulus. And Democrats like Elizabeth Warren are in strong support of this program and even want to expand it. So let's discuss the details in this video, but before we do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I also have a second channel, so if you could do me a huge favor, click the link that's in the description of this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my second channel. I'm actually going to be giving away a stimulus check on that channel just to show my thank you for supporting my work. So the Earned Income Tax Credit. Very similar to the child tax credit, which is being paid in monthly stimulus payments. So now that we have monthly stimulus payments on the board, we have Democrats pushing for an even bigger earned income tax credit. We already do have some changes, which will allow seniors to qualify for at least $1,500 in stimulus tax credit, all the way up to $6,000, depending on your situation. So let's take a quick look, see what Elizabeth Warren had to say regarding the tax credit. Then we'll discuss the details of exactly how to qualify, who qualifies, and how much you would qualify for depending on your situation.
The Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Tax Credit alone keep more than 5 million children out of poverty, and they lessen the impact of poverty for another 8 million children. In 2009, we expanded these programs on a temporary basis, raising more than 1 million additional children out of poverty. Together, these two tax credits are doing more to reduce child poverty than any other federal program, and they do it by helping parents work, which gives children an up-close and personal example of how to make it in America. We know how to reduce child poverty. First, make the 2009 Earned Income Tax Credit and Child Tax Credit expansions permanent. These are programs that have proven their worth, and they deserve to be part of our long-term strategy to help more parents make it in the workforce and build real economic security for their families. And second, index the child tax credit for inflation. The cost of living has gone up, but the numbers haven't changed since 2001. So the value of that credit has eroded by an average of $340. Indexing will ensure that the CTC continues to work for families in the future and gives low-wage parents the same purchasing power that others get. Unfortunately, Republicans in Congress aren't really interested in making the 2009 expansions of the CTC and the EITC permanent. Instead, Republicans are focused on something else: hundreds of billions of dollars in permanent tax giveaways for corporations. Before Congress goes home for the holidays, we're likely to vote to approve those corporate giveaways. We do it nearly every year, hand over billions of dollars in tax breaks for big businesses that don't need them. Meanwhile, if Congress doesn't act on these two programs, the progress we've made since the 2009 expansions will eventually disappear. 1 million children will be pushed back into poverty, and another 6.7 million who are already poor will plunge even deeper into poverty. More than 13 million families with nearly 25 million children will lose an average of $1,073 each year. For families struggling to make ends meet when every dollar counts, that is a lot of money. I don't kid myself. It will take a lot more than tax credits to eliminate child poverty in America. We need to raise the minimum wage so no one who works full-time still lives in poverty. We need universal child care. We need schedules that work for a family so that mom can know if her hours are canceled before she has to arrange for child care and drive halfway across town for work. There are lots of moving parts to ending child poverty for good. But we have two programs right in front of us that we know work, and we need to protect those programs. It is shameful that in 2015, In the richest country on earth, millions of kids are growing up in abject poverty. The lessons have been painful, but we know how to give these children a better start in life. In an ugly and cynical Washington, we actually have a chance to do something good to make a real difference in the lives of millions of children. And that is exactly what we should do.
Okay, a couple of things. First, I know she repeatedly referred to ending childhood poverty. Now, this earned income tax credit originally did not apply to anyone over 65 years old. It was expanded to include anybody over 65 years or older as well. So this is a new stimulus tax credit that is available to seniors and will help reduce poverty in seniors. Now, secondly, I want to address the differences between this earned income tax credit and the childhood tax credit. First of all, for the child tax credit, you technically are not required to work. As long as you have children, you will qualify. With this earned income tax credit, you do have to work and have earned income. Now, stick with me, guys. I know that can be difficult, but this is actually a really good stimulus because you can work a little bit and get a lot of stimulus because of it. So stick with me. I'm going to explain exactly how it works and exactly how much money you can get from this stimulus tax credit. Now, like Elizabeth Warren said, this tax credit has been proven to reduce poverty and promote work, which in turn stimulates the economy. Now, who exactly qualifies for this earned income tax credit? Now, traditionally, you had to be between 25 years old and 65 years old. Now, this has been expanded, so there is no upper age limit. If you're 65, 75, 85, you qualify for this earned income tax credit. Now, you also need to make less than $21,430 per year, not counting your Social Security benefits. So that does not include that. It needs to be earned income. So you could make up to $21,430 per year by working and still qualify for this tax credit if you don't have kids. If you have one child, you can make up to $42,000 and still qualify. Now, I want to point out that there are Social Security income limits, right? I'm sure most of you are familiar with this. If you make anything more than $19,000, your Social Security benefits will begin to be cut. So that is actually lower than the income limits for the earned income stimulus. So if you're on Social Security benefits, for the majority of you, you're going to want to keep your income below $19,000 as far as earned income in order to prevent your Social Security benefits from being taxed. Of course, these income limits only apply to those who are on benefits but are not at full retirement age yet. I also want to point out that in order to not have your Social Security benefits taxed, you have to make less than $25,000 per year total, combining your Social Security benefits with your earned income from working. So this tax credit really only helps you out if you're making less than $25,000 per year total. Otherwise, your Social Security benefits will begin to be taxed, if that kind of makes sense, guys. Again, I know this topic is really confusing, but stick with me. It could make you a lot of money if you file for this earned income tax credit. Now, the way this tax credit stimulus is set up is it encourages you to work, right? So you can get up to $1,500 in tax credit stimulus if you have 0 kids. If you have 1 kid, you can get up to $3,618. 2 kids, you can get $6,000, and 3 or more kids, you can get $6,728. I know the majority of you on Social Security do not have kids, but there are a lot of people on benefits who do have at least 1 child. That would qualify you for $3,618 in this tax credit stimulus. Now, this earned income tax credit stimulus can be really complicated to explain, but the simplest way you can think of it is a 15% tax break on anything you make under $7,000 per year. Now, and if you look at the lowest tax bracket, anything under $10,000, you only pay 10% in taxes. So essentially, not only are you not paying those 10% in taxes, but you're also getting an additional 5% in tax return stimulus. If that kind of makes sense, anything under $10,000 per year in earned income, which is working, not including Social Security benefits, will get you a $0 tax burden as well as an additional 5% in stimulus, an extra 5% in free money. So think of it as if you make $10,000 by working, not only will you not pay taxes, federal income taxes, but you'll also get an additional 5% in stimulus on top of that. So yes, if you are low income, specifically less than $10,000, you will get an additional 5% in stimulus on top of paying $0 in taxes. Now, if you have no kids, this works out to $1,500 per year in stimulus. If you have one kid, this works out to $3,618 per year in additional stimulus. Now again, I know most of you on benefits do not have kids, but you'd be surprised, a lot of people on Social Security do have at least one child and would qualify for up to $3,600 in stimulus payments via a tax credit on your tax return. Now, there are circumstances where if you have children, you're better off taking the child tax credit instead of the earned income tax credit. But there are circumstances where you're better off taking the earned income tax credit. If you're in that situation where you have kids and you're not sure which one to take, I'm going to have to refer you to your tax preparer because every person's situation is different and only your personal tax preparer can tell you which credit is best for you. But the good news here is that this earned income tax credit was recently expanded to include anyone 65 years and older. Previously, you had to be 65 years or younger to be included in this credit, but this stimulus is now available to anybody who is on Social Security benefits. So this is really good news, guys, and could provide thousands of dollars in free money in your pocket. Now, with the one caveat is you are required to actually work, which I know can be difficult, but guys, if you're on Social Security benefits, at this point, you've earned to be fully retired. You've earned the right to be fully retired, enjoy your retirement, and live a life of dignity and a life of financial security. Unfortunately, a lot of us are in a situation where Social Security benefits are just not enough. And I hate to say that you have to work, but this is just one reason to be open-minded to the idea of working, even if it's once a week for 8 hours, because this earned income stimulus is going to help you keep more of the money that you make instead of giving it to Uncle Sam. So guys, I know this one's a little bit confusing. It's not like a straightforward stimulus where everybody's going to get $1,500 or everybody's going to get $3,000. It really does depend on how many kids you have and how much money you make by actually working. But again, just to summarize, although you do have to work, this is a really good stimulus that would help a lot of people add thousands of dollars to their bank account, guys. And this is just one stimulus tax credit that's been approved. There are many others to come, so don't forget to subscribe. I will keep you updated. President Biden continues to work on Social Security changes, the next two stimulus packages, as well as increasing the minimum wage and things like free college as well, and rental assistance for those who need rental help. So there is a lot of stimulus yet to come, guys. So don't forget to subscribe. I will keep you posted. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my work. Stay strong out there, and until the next video, take care and have a great day.